The challenge of finding JonBenet Ramsey's killer remains just that.
There is no goal or move to take that in front of a grand jury anytime soon.
Testa says don't expect any big changes.
We have not and will not give up. We remain focused on this investigation and finding justice for JonBenet.
The case file bulging with 1,500 pieces of evidence. Including 200 DNA samples. And 20,000 tips and leads. Boulder police interviewed some 1,000 people in 18 states. But are still no closer to catching the killer.
Now we're going to get to new questions about JonBenet Ramsey's death. Nearly 20 years after the 6-year-old pageant queen was murdered, her father is speaking out in a new documentary. ABC's David Wright is here with the story. Good morning, David.
Good morning, George. Hard to believe it was 20 years ago. The JonBenet Ramsey case was a media obsession, but it was never solved. And now it's the focus of a new 2-hour documentary debuting tonight on A&E. She was a 6-year-old beauty queen found strangled to death in the basement of her parents' upscale home in Boulder, Colorado, the morning after Christmas, 1996.
We'd lost our child. We were devastated.
A cold case that is still officially open.
We have not and will not give up. We remain focused on this investigation and finding justice for JonBenet.
The case file bulging with 1,500 pieces of evidence, including 200 DNA samples and 20,000 tips and leads. Boulder police interviewed some 1,000 people in 18 states, but are still no closer to catching the killer.
This person murdered JonBenet.
This morning, A&E's new documentary promises new revelations.
Suddenly a little light went on, and it was just like, wait a minute, it was a stun gun.
Testing the theory that an intruder committed the murder.
But the test revealed that mixed with JonBenet's blood was the DNA of an unknown male.
In 2006, authorities thought they had their man. A man named John Mark Carr actually confessed.
I love JonBenet. Died accidentally.
But his DNA did not match, so he was never charged. JonBenet's parents also came under suspicion. They sat down with Barbara Walters years ago.
Mr. Ramsey, did you kill JonBenet?
No, I did not.
Mrs. Ramsey, did you kill your daughter?
No, I did not kill my daughter.
The new documentary includes a heartbreaking new interview with the father.
Death would have been a welcome relief from the pain and agony I felt.
Only 12 years after the crime did Boulder authorities exonerate the family and issue an apology. The death of his daughter still haunts John Ramsey to this day.
We keep our curtains closed. Our doors and windows are locked. Going anywhere is a major organized and planned operation. We get people coming to the door claiming to have information that can be helpful in the case. It didn't matter. We'd lost our child. That's what mattered.
This new A&E documentary is the first of several true crime shows that are hoping to shed new light on this cold case, a lot like those O.J. Simpson shows from last year. If JonBenet had survived, she would be 26 years old right now.
Incredible.
Thank you, David.